Today we will jump into Mexico, home to 30 UNESCO sites and countless eerie legends. From haunted houses to ghost towns and mummified bodies, Mexico is full of chilling stories. So, are you ready to uncover the secrets of Mexico's top 5 haunted and mysterious places? Hold tight and follow us on this spine-tingling journey. 5. Museo de las Momias. In the heart of Guanajuato lies one of Mexico's most macabre attractions, the Museo de las Momias, the Museum of the Mummies. This museum houses naturally mummified bodies discovered in a nearby cemetery, their haunting visages forever frozen in time. Walking through the museum's dimly lit halls, visitors are greeted by rows of glass cases, each containing a mummy. Their expressions range from peaceful to contorted, as if they were frozen in their final moments of agony or fear. Some are dressed in their burial clothes, while others are displayed as they were found, naked and vulnerable. The most famous of the mummies is that of a French doctor, Dr. Remigio Leroy, who expired during a visit to Guanajuato. His body, well preserved and dressed in a suit, stands as a testament to the museum's macabre allure. Some visitors have reported hearing faint whispers in French near his display, as if the doctor is still trying to communicate from beyond the grave. Another chilling exhibit is that of a mother and her infant, mummified together. The mother's face is contorted in a silent scream, while the baby lies peacefully in her arms. This poignant display evokes a sense of sorrow and loss, reminding visitors of the fragility of life and the inevitability of death. Local folklore tells of the Night of the Mummies, a time when the mummies are said to come alive and roam the halls of the museum. It is believed that they seek vengeance for their disturbed rest, their spirits longing for the peace they were denied. Museum staff have reported hearing footsteps and strange noises after closing hours, adding to the eerie atmosphere of the place. 4. Chichen Itza. This magnificent ancient city of the Maya is renowned for its architectural marvels and rich history. But as night falls, the shadows of this once great civilization come to life, revealing a darker side. The Pyramid of Kukulkan, also known as El Castillo, stands as a testament to the Maya's astronomical and architectural prowess. But beneath its grandeur lies a history steeped in blood. Human sacrifices were a common practice here, offerings to appease the gods. The cries of the sacrificed, it is said, still echo through the stones. The sacred cenote, a large natural sinkhole, was a site of ritual sacrifice. Objects of gold, jade, and even human remains have been dredged from its depths, testament to the lives given to appease the gods. As the sun sets, some claim to hear ghostly cries and see spectral figures around the cenote, remnants of those who met their end in its dark waters. The Temple of the Warriors and the Great Ball Court are particularly notorious for paranormal activity. Some claim to hear the faint sounds of ancient rituals, drums beating in the distance, and whispers carried by the wind. Shadows flit across the stone walls, and cold spots are felt even on the hottest days. Some visitors have experienced more personal encounters with the supernatural. One tale tells of a tourist who, while exploring the Great Ball Court, felt a sudden, intense pressure on his chest, as if an invisible force was squeezing the life out of him. He heard faint whispers in an ancient tongue and saw fleeting images of warriors in battle. He left the site shaken, convinced he had come face to face with the spirits of the past. 3. House of Aunt Tona. Hidden within the bustling city of Mexico City is an abandoned mansion known as La Casa de Tia Tona, the House of Aunt Tona. In the early 20th century, Aunt Tona was known for her kindness, but she was also a recluse. She opened her home to orphans and the poor, providing them with food and shelter. Despite her generosity, she led a lonely life, shunned by society due to her eccentric behavior. It is said that Aunt Tona met a violent end. Some claim she was unalived by those she had taken in. Others believe she took her own life after being betrayed by those she trusted. Actually, Auntie Tona kept a considerable amount of money in her house. Knowing this, some of the boys who lived with her made the decision to steal all the money and flee away. One night, when the others slept, these children stirred the drawers and furniture. Aunt Tona discovered them looking for the money. They worried of being handed over to the police. They began to strike Aunt Tona with different objects. Her spirit, consumed by sorrow and rage, remains bound to the mansion. The most chilling stories come from those who have encountered Aunt Tona's spirit. They describe her as a frail, elderly woman with sad eyes and a forlorn expression. She appears suddenly, often in the dead of night, and her presence is accompanied by an overwhelming sense of despair. One visitor, a paranormal investigator, recounted an encounter that left him deeply shaken. As he explored the mansion, he heard a faint, melodic humming. Following the sound, he entered a room filled with children's toys and saw the figure of Aunt Tona gently rocking in an old chair, humming a lullaby. When she turned to look at him, her eyes were filled with such sorrow that he fled the house, vowing never to return. 2. Misnebalam Ghost Town. Misnebalam, located near Merida, is a deserted ghost town with a haunting history. The town was once centered around a prosperous hacienda owned by Don Fidencio G. Marquez and supported a vibrant community of nearly 200 people. Today, it is abandoned, with crumbling buildings, overgrown streets, and an eerie silence that cloaks the area. A significant legend associated with Misnebalam is the tragic tale of Juliancito, a young boy from the 1920s who suffered a traumatic assault by a fellow farm worker. Unable to cope with the incident, Juliancito hanged himself, and his spirit is said to linger in Misnebalam. Visitors often report sightings of his ghost and hearing his laughter in the distance. The ghost of Don Fidencio Marquez also allegedly haunts the town. In 1921, Don Fidencio was assassinated while traveling, and his spirit is believed to wander the ruins of the hacienda he once managed. Witnesses have described encounters with a spectral figure in period clothing, which is thought to be Don Fidencio himself. One particularly chilling account comes from a group of paranormal investigators who spent a night in Misnebalam. One investigator saw a shadowy figure at the end of a hallway watching them. As they approached, the figure vanished, leaving behind a sense of deep unease. Throughout the night, the investigators recorded unexplained noises, footsteps, whispers, and the sound of a door creaking open. At one point, they captured an EVP of a faint voice saying, "Leave now." The group left the town at dawn, shaken by their experiences. 1. Island of the Dolls. It is a place where hundreds of decaying dolls hang eerily from trees, their lifeless eyes watching every move. This chilling island, drenched in an atmosphere of dread and mystery, was once the home of Don Julian Santana Barrera. One fateful day, Don Julian discovered the body of a young girl who had drowned in the canal. Shortly after, he found a doll floating in the water, believed to belong to the deceased girl. In a gesture of respect and to appease her spirit, he hung the doll on a tree. However, this simple act of remembrance soon turned into an obsession. Over the years, he devoted his life to collecting dolls. He found them in trash heaps. He traded his produce for them. Each doll had a story. Each doll added to the eerie collection. Julian spoke to the dolls. He believed they spoke back. He felt their presence everywhere. He believed the dolls would protect him from evil and keep the girl's spirit at peace. Among the countless dolls, one stands out in particular, Agustina. According to local legend, Agustina was the first doll Don Julian found, the one floating near the drowned girl. Don Julian treated Agustina with special reverence, often speaking to her and making offerings. He would bring flowers, food, and other small tokens, believing that Agustina was the key to maintaining peace on the island. Visitors often claim that Agustina's eyes follow them, and some have reported hearing her whisper. In a chilling twist of fate, Don Julian Santana Barrera expired in 2001 in the same spot where he had found the drowned girl so many years before. Many believe that Don Julian's death was no coincidence, but rather the final act of a life intertwined with the supernatural. Today's mystery ends here. Many mysteries of our universe are unknown to us. We search for mysteries and love to feel the mystery. Don't forget to subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. You could let us know your valuable opinions in the comment box. See you in another unsolved mystery video. Thanks for staying with us.